Hi everybody, I am Abdullah Musa Borodo, live and direct from the ancient city of Kano. How is everybody doing? And I hope everybody is doing well. And subsequently, I just want to seek a favor from you before I start my video. I wish to say, if you haven't subscribed upon my YouTube channel, please try in doing so now. I will humbly be happy if you do such. You can also tap on the bell just behind the subscription icon so that you can get to see my videos as soon as they trickle in. Thank you very much for that. And I would also like to humbly ask, please share this video to other social media platforms so that other people out there can benefit. Today I'm going to be talking about something really special that concerns non-communicable diseases. The topic is obesity, overweight, and body mass index. You see me with this calculator. It's a Casio calculator. I've been using calculator for a long period of time when we were in secondary school. For the mathematics, economics students out there were using a lot of calculators. And now, as clinical medical students, actually we don't use a lot of calculators. Instead, we read a lot of books, we cram a lot of books and here and there. So, but I know the engineering students, the architectural students, and others usually require this as a very important weapon in their career. That's very classical and very important for them. Now, today I'm going to be using this calculator for a very important function, because the topic I want to be talking about is, as I said, obesity, body mass index, and overweight. So I want to be using this calculator in calculating my body mass index. My body mass index is extremely important. The classification of body mass index has been enshrined by the World Health Organization. It's very long, but I will try as much as possible to just take you through those classifications. Subsequently, I will try and calculate my body mass index so that you can see where I fall into. But let me start by calculating my body mass index so that I won't be biased. The value that occurs to be my body mass index, I'll check the scale and see where I fall into so that I won't be biased, isn't it? So now I want to start by calculating the body mass index. The formula for calculating the body mass index actually is, you have the weight in kilogram as the numerator over the square of the height of that individual in meters. So for example, if your weight is 65 kilogram, you put your BMI will be 65 kilogram over, let's say your height is 165 centimeter, then you convert it to meters, and it means it's 1.65 meter, isn't it? Then you keep it as a denominator, 1.65 meter times another 1.65 meter. That's the square of that your height. Now if you calculate it, that will give you the value of your body mass index in kilogram per meter square. So I'll try using this calculator and calculating my own personal body mass index. Let's start. I know my weight to be 72.4 kilogram. Now I'm going to tap 72.4 kilogram right now so that we can start calculating. 72.4, I've already put it down. So my height is 175 centimeter. So now I'll convert this height to meters. It will mean 1.75 meter. Now I'll divide this by 1.75 meters times 1.75 meters. Now let me do the calculation. 72.4, as I've written, divided by 1.75 times 1.75. So let me press the equal to button. The equal to button gives me 23.6. So 23.6, there are other values, but I just decided to significantly round it up. So it is 23.6. So 23.6 kilogram per meter square. So this is my body mass index, 23.6 kilogram per meter square. So let me give you the classification, the WHO classification of body mass indexes. Now, what the World Health Organization states is that Anything less than 18.5 kilogram per meter squared is termed underweight for such an individual. And from 18.5 kilogram per meter squared to 24.9 kilogram per meter squared, that one is termed normal. From 25.0 kilogram per meter squared to 29.9 kilogram per meter squared, that one is termed overweight. Then from 30 kilogram per meter squared to 34.9 kilogram per meter squared, that one is grade 1 obesity. And subsequently, from 35.0 kilogram per meter squared to 39.9 kilogram per meter squared, that one is termed grade 2 obesity. And anything from 40 kilogram per meter squared and above is termed grade 3 obesity. So now my 23.6 kilogram per meter squared falls upon between the range of 18.5 kilogram per meter squared to 24.9 kilogram per meter squared. So hardly a lotly for me. I am in the normal range of BMI, and I'll try as much as possible to ensure hopefully that I maintain this normal BMI, because some few weeks ago I have enrolled into this gymnasium club, so I'll ensure that I frequently visit that place so that I'll ensure I'll keep this and maintain this BMI within the normal range. That's for me actually. So for you also, you can calculate and see what is your range, and after such you should try as much as possible to see that you maintain your normal BMI, and that is very classical and important for non-communicable disease health. Thank you very much. Now subsequently, what are the causes? Now after this, I want to talk about the causes of obesity. What are the causes of obesity? Usually the causes of obesity, the baseline is that obesity occurs as an excessive accumulation of fats in our human bodies. And why does this happen? Usually it's due to the imbalance of calorie energy between what we consume and what we expend. So the total amount of calorie energy we consume versus the total amount of calorie energy we expend, probably by doing some exercises, by having some gymnasium works here and there. Exercises in general, since that's just an action that defines what you do to expend energy health-wise. So this is the cause actually of obesity. We have different kind of literal causes of obesity, because this energy, some of the people out there usually take a lot of sugary snacks, sugary foods, excessive fatty foods. These are all energy dense foods, and these energy dense foods, usually your body will take in them, digest them, absorb them, and your body literally will take only the required amount it requires, and the others, if there are toxins that are remaining, then the body will try as much as possible to excrete those toxins. And the others that are not toxins, the excessive toxins, the excessive nutrients that we derive after the body have already utilized what it requires, are then stored in certain areas of the body as fats. This is what portends as obesity if this keeps on increasing today, tomorrow, in the next 1 year, several months. So this accumulates and becomes obesity. So it's very much important for we to try and balance the amount of food we consume and the energy we expend. It's very much important. And there's an issue of epidemiological disease transition. That's very classical and very important. It's been stated by the World Health Organization. So the World Health Organization, as you know, is a body that is concerned with global health, age and everything. So any information that emanates from such an important organization is worthy, and we should take it seriously. So this epidemiological transition is what? Initially, probably in Nigeria and sub-Saharan Africa, the diseases that are killing a lot of people are usually infectious diseases. Talking about meningitis, we are talking about tuberculosis, we are talking about HIV and AIDS infection. But now probably over the last 10-15 years, I will see that if you visit hospitals, a lot of morbidities and mortalities deaths are being recorded from non-communicable diseases. These diseases ranging from what? Diabetes mellitus, hypertension, and several cancer diseases. So probably it wouldn't be unconnected to the lifestyle modification we're having as a certain amount of people. So it's very much important. We should try as much as possible to see that we modify our lifestyle so that we don't become manifested with these non-communicable diseases. And the risk factor, key risk factor of this non-communicable disease, you can say, I won't say is number one, but it's very key, is obesity. Because a lot of us, now if you take an example, we do such a lifestyle a lifestyle that are just lavishly moderated out here in the cities. There's increasing urbanizations here and there, and this increasing urbanizations comes together with the change of modes of occupation, change in modes of transportation, and so by such doing, all this change of lifestyle usually portends us and gives us a risk factor of developing diabetes and subsequently non-communicable diseases. Now, if I take for an example, a real village farmer probably can trek from Nyanya area of the Federal Capital Territory to the Three Arms Zone, purchase some foodstuffs for his people or his family, goes back home, eats and consumes the natural probably yam, fufu, aku, tuwo, subsequently take in some edible fruits that are around him like mangoes, cashews, guavas and what have you, sleep well. Tomorrow he rises, he goes to the farm and works, and subsequently he comes out healthier. But it's the reverse in the cities. In the cities we have a lot of workers that work from home. Usually, number one, they sleep under air conditioners. They rise up, take their bath, eat and everything. They enter air-conditioned cars and go to work. After arriving at work, they enter air-conditioned office. They work down there. After during lunchtime, they come out and enter one expensive restaurant like that. They eat all the sugary, snacky foods, all the fatty available foods, and subsequently they venture back into their air-conditioned office, work. After that, close, go back home inside an air-conditioned car, subsequently take a bath, eat those expensive energy-dense foods again at home, and sleep under another air-conditioned room. So you see, that's how our lifestyle, some of us, not everyone, isn't it? Yeah. So this lifestyle actually is not helping the cause, the United Nations commitment in tackling the risk factors of non-communicable diseases. We should try as much as possible to see that we reduce this kind of lifestyle. We should try as much as possible to try and balance what we consume as energy dense foods and what we expend as energy calorie from what we do as exercises. That's very critical and important. Now, what are I have said the causes of obesity are these that I've listed. So what are the consequences of obesity? The consequences of obesity actually, obesity as itself can be a risk factor for several diseases. Number one, we can have osteoarthritis. Those that are obese are prone to have osteoarthritis. These are diseases of the joints. So that is not very much an important prognostic disease, if I can say. Subsequently, you can have diabetes mellitus, you can have hypertension, you can have several cancers. There are a lot of cancers that are then associated with obesity. Probably you have breast cancers. It's not even probably, yeah, because I read one module in the World Health Organization report that breast cancers, ovarian cancers, colonic cancers, and prostate cancers are associated with increasing obesity. So you see, these diseases, we are at risk of them if we tend to be obese. So we shall try as much as possible to see that we shall limit the amount of time we do a lavish lifestyle. We should try as much as possible to exercise, visit gymnasium. Maybe you can jog, you can occasionally just exercise like that. You don't really need to carry out tedious exercises or vigorous exercises in order to stay healthy. But before you venture into all such, you should try as much as possible to consult doctors that are specialists probably in these non-communicable diseases specialties like cardiologists, endocrinologists, and some surgeons as it relates to cancers. So it's very much important for us to develop this habit of good lifestyle modification. And before I round up, there is this World Health Organization report in 2016 that says that in 2016, some 1.9 billion young adults, I won't say even young adults 18 years and above, are overweight, out of which 650 million of them are obese. In that year also, 340 million children were also reported to be either overweight or obese. So you see, children, I mean, from 5 years to 19 years. So children and adolescents. So these figures are very important, and we shouldn't take them lightly. We should try as much as possible to do all the preventable measures we can do in order to stay healthy, to avoid obesity, and avoid entirely non-communicable diseases. Thank you for watching this video. I humbly ask you, if you are watching this video, to please share this video to other social media platforms so that other people will benefit. I also humbly ask, if you are watching this video and haven't subscribed upon my YouTube channel, please try, and I humbly ask you should do so, please. After such, I'll also like to ask, if you haven't tapped on the bell just beside that subscription icon, try and tap it so that you can see my new videos as soon as they trickle in on YouTube. Thank you very much, and I hope this message that I've sent across is reverberating among your ears and each and every person that's viewing this video. Thank you very much, and hopefully I wish to produce more interesting videos that will publicly sensitize the general public about some key important aspects of health. But until then, I'll just say stay healthy, hearty, and happy.